Tanilla.
I'm Sage.
And welcome back, ladies and gents.
So sit back, fasten your seatbelt as we're about to enter Planet Urban.
Check this out.
Today on Planet Urban, Thushen fast-tracks her way to fashion. What is swag? We'll find that out too. We'll also find out everything about anything and ask you if you'd fancy a zipper around your neck. On Real Talk with Dash, Jay Sean does a bit more than just talking.
Alright, Tej, when you think of hip-hop, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Baggy jeans, DJs, and bling bling.
Well, you'd be surprised to know that's actually a small part of hip-hop culture.
Really?
Yeah, let me introduce you to something called swag.
Hi, my name is Riza Zaruk. I'm the CEO of Anything.lk.
Hi, I'm Jagan Rajendran, and I'm the Chief Business Development Officer of Anything.lk.
I guess the best thing will be we're Sri Lanka's most used shopping portal. But when I say shopping, it's in a very different context. We started off as a group buying site or a daily deal site. So the biggest connection would be, say, to companies like Groupon or Living Social from the US. And we started that almost a year ago. But we gradually moved into different areas. So right now we're a mix, genuinely Sri Lanka's first true e-commerce portal. You know, we can't take a lot of credit for it. I mean, these things that we do had inspiration from the US. So I said, you know, daily deals or group buying came from Groupon. What we do in events from companies like Ticketmaster. What we do in travel from companies like Expedia. And finally retail, well, ultimately we look at Amazon. So about the end of October, November 2010, one of our shareholders came to me and said, hey, have you heard of Groupon? Embarrassingly, I said no. Said, wow, what's that? He goes, go research it. So I used to run a consultancy business, and we said, okay, let's go look. Went and had a look and was like, wow, I mean, this is a very simple thing. A half-price restaurant or a half-price hotel, who wouldn't want to do this? We had no idea whether it would work. We had, I guess, a lot of assumptions. Who wouldn't want half price off? It's a great way to help small and medium-sized businesses in Sri Lanka actually reach out to new people. And if you can combine those two elements, so from a business, how do they reach new people? But from an individual, how can they try, discover new things, but without the risk of paying full price? Hey, they make a lot of sense. And we started. I mean, you know, we just closed our eyes and jumped.
As far as the journey goes, it's been nothing short of fantastic. Right, we've started with a small group of people around a single conference table to this office, about 60 or so people. We've sold everything from, I think, like an 85 rupee ice cream cone to a car worth 4.2 million rupees. So I mean, it's been incredible.
In terms of cost effectiveness, we measure that in terms of registrations per rupee spent. We measure buyers per rupee spent. And different things work out in different ways. There are some mediums which are very good for attracting new customers. Facebook advertising, you know, new customers in terms of they register, they like us. So right now, for example, we have 179,000 Facebook likes. We are the single largest corporate fan base now. But Facebook fans don't necessarily translate into buyers. So there are other mediums where we advertise, say Google, which is much better, or even the radio. So we actually have a blended mix, and overall, I guess you can't say you can only do one. Not in this country, you know, where people are not connected. We have only, what, 12% of the population that has connections to the PC. we have only 6% of the population who are with credit cards. So you have to look at a more blended, traditional approach.
Now we're just concentrating on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So with retail, for example, getting it off the ground, getting more and more people coming onto our site, realizing the fact that we have all these great products at great prices. We deliver everywhere in the country. So the biggest challenge right now is expanding.
Very few businesses, I believe, are built around one person. I'm blessed to have 65 people who are brilliant and all contribute. And I think, recruit people who are better than you. If you can recruit people who are better than you and you're not frightened of them being brought up, you can only grow. I mean, it's one of the fundamental problems about Sri Lankan businesses is that we traditionally only look at recruiting people who are not as good as us, the traditional, the older kind of businesses. And as a result, managers in those businesses are not managers because they can manage. They're managers because they've been in the business 15, 20 years. The critical success factor for us has been our team and the way they all contribute literally every day to what we do. And giving your team that responsibility. Traditionally, you would go and say, I want to set up a business, I want to set up an idea, and you write a big business plan and you try and get everything right. Ultimately, you can get sort of analysis paralysis. You can sit there and write up your business plan and do your marketing plan and do this and do this and do this. Until you get out there, you never know what's going to happen. To any budding entrepreneur, plan for the worst, prepare for the best, but then just do it, as Nike would say.
The hip-hop scene in Sri Lanka has blown up over the last decade.
That's right, Tanila. Right in front of our eyes, we've seen a whole culture evolve.
Newcomers coming our way, catching the eye of some big-time players.
So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back to see the unsigned hype.